And thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to kind of this quick system sessions on the new Megaphone application offered through Remax Corporate and I'm echoing, sorry, um, from Remax Corporate in Mac Center. Now, what's really great about this application, and I know that in December when they transitioned from Design Center to Megaphone, that it kind of took everybody off guard. But as I've done some in-depth training on it and everything, the features of Megaphone have really just outdone what Design Center can do in a lot of different facets and ways. So I'm excited to show you guys a little bit more of how to access a lot of the different features that it does for you. Before I start showing you step by step just some different things that you can do on Megaphone, I wanted to cover just some quick informational notes about the application itself for anybody who hasn't used it for a first time yet or hasn't logged in, and kind of how it syncs with your listings and properties in our MLS system, in case you don't know, because it does take a little bit of time. So if you are a first time user to get into Megaphone, you can sign in one of two ways. So you can come in to your Max Tech dashboard that looks like this through eEngage, or you can also access Megaphone through your Max Center platform by logging in and then coming down, finding the Megaphone tile and going into Megaphone. I'm going to use Jeff's Megaphone as the example today so I can show you guys just some in-depth with listings in a little bit. However, the first thing that if you are a first-time user and you're logging in, the first thing that you want to do to start syncing your properties from Matrix to your dashboard on Megaphone is when you log in and you get to this screen, you want to come over here to Browse, Print, and Digital Templates, and you want to click into that. When that happens, this login screen comes up and it begins syncing you. It's just kind of like another extra step internally for Megaphone to sync everything together. Now, when you start doing this and get logged in, as you can see, it's taking a minute. Once you get logged into this page, you will have a 4 hour, it typically takes 4 hours for everything to sync up directly. So just know if you're a first time user, if you don't see all your listings right away or all your properties, it's syncing with our MLS system and it can take up to 4 hours. After that, after you get synced, it should not take as long to get things to pull over for you as far as your listing properties or information, different aspects like that. So if your listings for some reason do not show up after 4 hours, you need to go into your profile or your MLS ID or enter your MLS ID into your profile. So just keep those things in mind. Does anybody have any questions about any of that so far? Okay, cool. So as you're syncing, if you're a first time user, as it's kind of working its magic in that 4 hour window, there are some things that you want to do while that's happening. So the first, like, while you wait step as you're getting synced up is you want to come in and you want to connect any social platform that you want to be able to feed into. So the way that you start connecting your settings and going through your notifications is you come up on your dashboard and you go to settings. And as you can see, there's some little subsetting groups up within the settings. So the first one, as you can see, is your social accounts. So you, depending on which socials you want, you don't have to connect, any of them if you don't want to. We'll get more into that later. But if you want to have automation where your posts or things that you can create can automatically post into your social feeds, you want to connect these. So as you can see, Jeff has connected his Twitter, his LinkedIn, and you can connect your Facebook as well. The only social media platform that doesn't offer a connection for Megaphone right now is Instagram. However, you do have the option with any content that you make to download it or send it to yourself so you can manually post it to a platform like Instagram. And that's just because Instagram doesn't offer a backend like feeding algorithm to automatically do any automation. So that's the reason why it's not linked with Megaphone. But you can, like I said, download things that you've created in Megaphone and manually post or manually feed that photo or graphic into an email. So you have all the same manual capabilities. Any questions about any of that? Okay, cool. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I do want to point out that if you are connecting a Facebook page, you will be asked to connect whatever your personal login is to get into your Facebook. After you connect your Facebook page, though, within the listing automation settings, like if Jeff had a Facebook page connected here, it does give you the option in those automation settings to select the business page that you want that automated post to go to. So you'll have a little bit more capabilities. I know that's confused some people, so I wanted to make sure to point that out. Just log in normally with your regular Facebook login, and then underneath your listing automations under Facebook, you can select the business page from there. So that's just another thing I found out. And then that's the next thing that we want to talk about is just this listing automation menu. When you do get your social accounts linked, it's really easy. When you do link it, you just hit connect. It feeds it right over to enter your password and you're logged in. So it's a really simple feature. Yes, Claire, I'll talk about teams in just a minute. There's some features of a team. So anyway. So yeah, so just simple connection, much like what you guys are used to probably on a mobile device. But then once you get connected, you want to go into your listing automation here. And so as you can see, with a Twitter post or a LinkedIn post that Jeff has linked, he can come in and select, what automatically posts to his social media account. So maybe he doesn't want open houses or price reductions going to his Twitter, but he does want new listings. So he can come in and manually set what goes out automatically. And then you even have more in-depth features to that setting by clicking into it. So you can pick a post caption where it pulls over the first 140 characters of what's listed on your MLS listing as far as the description. Or you can do a custom description like he has done where it just says new listing alert, call for more information, or whatever you want that custom message to be. So again, it gives you a little bit more in-depth control, and it even shows you a little preview of like what it would look like to post. So I just want to point that out that you guys can continue to go deeper within these settings if that's the way that you want to. Let's see here. And you can also, do paid social ads. So any kind of paid ads that you want to run through Megaphone, you can come in and select those settings and how you want those ads to be featured automatically on your social pages. So any questions on the listing automations or connecting socials so far? Your web ad wallet, again, this is where you can come in and you can add like your credit card information and even put funds into this Megaphone account to where if you run ads, it'll pull from that fund or from your card. Makes it really easy and kind of hands-free if you want to just kind of give yourself a budget and then have your ads roll off that budget. Makes it kind of a nice worry-free expense if you want to do that. And you just hit add funds and follow the prompts. It's really, really user friendly. And then the last sub menu I want to touch on is just how you want notified. So how you want these notifications to hit you. What's cool about like when the feed works from the MLS to Megaphone, when you have a new listing with Megaphone, it will automatically alert you via email when you're able to come in and, work on any printed materials or any ads or anything that you want. So basically you'll get an email stating that, your brand new listing's up and ready to go for you to, come in and market it however you want to. So a lot of those notification settings can be found within here. So again, you can see that listing packet. If a new listing went on, Jeff has it turned off, but he could get an email. Same with open house or any price reductions, any wallet, anything that he does within that wallet setting, and anything that he does with ads. So you can set it to where when your ad stops running, it'll notify you so you can see how well it did or how it's going as it's been renewed, anything like that. So just keep that in mind. And make sure to pay attention to it if you're a first-time user, because I think when you're a first-time user, they're pretty well all checked. So if you're getting notified a whole bunch, that's probably within that feed. So any questions on notifications? I did want to cover, as you've noticed, that it gives you the options for new listings, open houses, and price reductions. For you agents out here that are watching, I do want to let you know that they are also working on the coming soon option. It should be integrated within or before the end of the first quarter. And so that's coming soon, and it will eventually be there. It will not allow for any automations, though, because so many boards like our board have certain regulations when it comes to coming soons. So you will have the ability to come in when it is live and an option to make printed material and things, but you will have to download that manually to share it, just due to the different board restrictions that so many of us have. So just keep that in mind when the coming soon option is available. What else? Let's see. Oh, another great feature that Design Center didn't do that Megaphone will do for you now is anything that you have set in your Mac Center profile, including your profile picture information, contact information, socials, that will all pull over for you now into the material that you're making. So you don't necessarily have to worry about having to add that in manually every time like Design Center did. So it will pull all of that over. I just encourage everybody to take, 5 or 10 minutes as you're waiting for the setup to be complete to make sure that your picture is updated, your phone number, anything like that underneath your Mac Center profile, just to make sure that it pulls over correctly the way that you want it to. So, oh, and another thing, price changes. So like if you do a price improvement or reduction on the MLS, again, because you've been through the initial 4-hour activation, it shouldn't take that long to feed in, but the same rule applies just in case it's experiencing any technical difficulties. Megaphone has promised a 4-hour window for things to feed over. So I think Design Center, you had to wait like 24 hours for some things. Everything that pulls over from Matrix is limited to 4 hours or less here on Megaphone. So that's pretty handy. If you do have any problems, Tech Assist, the Tech Assist email address is the way to go for any support problems. And I can share that with you guys. I'm going to send out a follow-up email with some of these notes and just where to go for resources after we're done. And I'll include that email as well in case you do have any problems connecting or getting your listings live, anything like that. Just to touch on Teams too. So like the way that this works with Teams is the same way that it works with Lead Street. For example, so if you are a team leader, you can have access to your team members' Megaphone. Now that doesn't give you access to their personal social accounts or anything. And you as a team leader will get notifications because similar to Lead Street, for a team, all of the listings are held under the team leader. So the team leader can access the team members' Megaphones and, make a graphic, or the member can make a graphic underneath their own profile and share it outside of that. But just keep that in mind that team members, if you're not seeing certain listings or anything, it's probably because it's under the team leader. However, I did find out today that Megaphone is now transitioning to where it does recognize the co-listing feature. So, for example, if you have a listing and you are a team member, obviously your team leader goes first, and then you are considered the co-listing agent. So the listing will appear underneath both the team leader profile and the team member profile for any ad creation or automation, anything like that. So that is coming if it's not already there. I would just check with Tech Assist as we keep going, but it should be working for that co-listing side to be able to feed in both places. Any questions on that so far? I know I got a couple other things on team members, like team members can post other team member graphics manually. So like if you are on a team and you want to feature another um, team members listing, they will just have to go in and manually create something and, download it manually and share it with you for then you to be able to share it. You can't access another team member's profile. Let's see. And if you guys are wondering where video is on here, because I know Design Center had some video aspect to it, you can now access like making listing videos for your properties and stuff underneath the Remax Hustle app instead of the Megaphone app. So the automation of video for listings is now located under the Remax Hustle app if you're wanting to make a quick video or something for your property. Let's see. Pendings are the same way because so many things can be classified as a pending, or so many things go into what a pending is. Pendings will be a feature similar to the coming soon option where they're going to add it to new listings, open houses, price reductions to where you can make marketing material, but it won't have any automation to it either. You'll have to go in and physically download it to then manually share on your platforms just because of the regulations that go with the pendings as well. So we'll get into a little bit more of that step by step as I show you guys how to create quick things, but I wanted to point that out as well. Anyway, that's the settings and a little bit about Megaphone. Anybody have any questions before I start showing you guys just different cool things that you can do with this? I'll open my chat box, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm not. All right. So as you can see, when you log into Megaphone, this is your dashboard. So you have the option to promote a listing, promote your business or your brand, create a custom ad similar to the ads that you create on Facebook, and then browse 1,000 print templates and digital templates out there. So it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. What's really cool about the ads, for example, like when you connect your social pages and you run an ad, the backend algorithms that work throughout Megaphone are going to work so much better than what a person will set within their own Facebook business page ad demographics. So this doesn't only just go and run an ad on Facebook. This runs this ad on Google, on the other one, Home Snap. It runs ads everywhere for you, which is a really interesting feature. And I think it will allow for more visibility for the agent and allow them to be better exposed through the backend algorithms rather than you doing it yourself. So I really love that feature, and I'm really excited for you guys because I think that it will really level up your business and provide more exposure. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just like you can see some of Jeff's ads that he has running right now. You can click into these, like say you were running an ad, it'll give you some really cool performance on it. You can see like the different places it's gone to, the cost summary and what it looked like. Even it'll give you a link to copy and paste and share to other platforms if you want. And then you can even click and see the different previews on the different platforms for how it looks, which is pretty cool. And it gives you the option to rerun it if you want to rerun that ad. And that's just kind of what an ad looks like. But let's just say we wanted to like create one. it gives you like kind of this intro, and then you can just, kind of go through the prompts, start building an ad. You can drag and drop an image or a video, or just click browse to find a template. You can also link this with the Photify that Remax offers, and put Photify content in there. I do want to remind people that if you are not familiar with Photify, they offer a lot to Remax agents. You can get a Photify subscription for being a Remax agent for $4 through Max Center. And Photify is really great for social media marketing. I mean, it's like literally any post you can think of, you can take, drop, and go. It's really cool. So I highly recommend checking out Photify if you haven't. And there's tons of video content out there if you need training on it. So anyway, I'm not going to go through like this whole thing too much. Maybe I will. Just we'll play with it. Oh, you got to be a certain size, I guess. Your ad isn't one of the allowed sizes. Okay. Oh, okay. So you have these image size requirements. So you might have to play around with that. You can find any image converter too online if you just Google like an image size converter. And if you have any problems with editing, you can convert it down to a particular size online. Anyway, so you're just going to upload the ad. Then you're going to, hit the name. Oh, yeah, Claire, thank you. Canva has it too. Yeah, that's so true. Or you can pick the sizes before you download. That's what she means by Canva has it too. Anyway, so you're just going to upload what you want. We'll just hit browse so we can, that just brings up my computer. So never mind. I thought it gave you templates. Anyway, so just upload what you want, and then you're going to enter your name and the URL. And then it's just going to have you go through the prompts to select which platform targeting you want. So if you want it to go to all the ones that you have connected or just a specific one, same with location. And then you're just going to go to a summary and pay option that'll work in conjunction with your wallet. So it's really just following the prompts, simple clicks, and it's going. Sorry, I can't like show you. I wasn't prepared with an image, but that's okay. So that's just where you go to create an ad. They also do promote my business stuff. So as you can see, there's tons of templates in here. So you have a mobile app template, listing search site, or home valuation site. You can come in and just select the template, and then again, hit your the name of your ad, whatever you want that saved to be, and then the destination of your URL. So like you can input your website, for example, here. Just hit next. You can select the radius. So if you want this to go 15 miles outside of your office, 25 miles, you can do a custom distance, or you can select multiple locations just like on Facebook. So you can, bust it down by city or anything. You can even do geo-targeting. So again, like I said, a lot more features that are more in depth than what you're typically used to with Design Center and Facebook. I don't know if this will work, but we're going to try it. Guess they have me in Denver for some reason. Funny. Here we go. So yeah, you can select it, drop a pin just by clicking, and then you can set the max that you want to spend. So again, you can come in, there's a minimum of $10, but you can select a higher amount or put in a custom amount, and then add your payment method. Once you do all of that, then it'll just start running for you. It's pretty cool. So that's just like a little bit more about promote my business. I think you guys had left some. Chelsea, yes, you can upload your own addresses. I'm going to get to that in just a second because I found that out today, a really cool way where you can pull mailing addresses and do mailings through Megaphone. I was really excited about it. So, but yes, you do have the option to upload your own addresses. It does not work in conjunction with what you already have loaded into your database on LeadStreet, though. You could, from what I've understood, you can like export some some of your people or all of your database from Lead Street and re-import it over here. If you have any problems or questions with that, though, I would probably get with Tech Assist because they have so many like idiosyncrasies of like how it particularly imports. But I do know that you can do a mailing list in your addresses. Okay, let's talk about like promoting a listing. So you also have this listing tab up here. I just want to show you guys this too. Since Jeff's our broker, he has access to all of our office listings as well. But here's his most recent listings. So as you can see, they have their new listings first, which is how it populates. And then anything that's not a new listing will appear afterwards. This will only be since Megaphone's inception. So if you have old listings, for example, that have sold and you want to go promote those, they might not appear in Megaphone since it started in January. So just keep that in mind. But anything that is live now or goes sold now or changes status now should also be reflected in your Megaphone. Just keep in mind that your new listings are always going to appear first, and then you might have to search after that. It also gives you filters and a search bar up here if you're looking for a specific address or anything like that. So on your dashboard too, you have the promote a listing option as well. It takes you to the same place. Once you find the listing that you want to promote, you can click into that listing. And you can see you get a lot of options here, which is really, really cool. So you can change the status even within here. If you hit change status, I'm not going to hit it because I don't want to mess it up for Jeff and his team, but you can literally just check that box and it will change the status to just sold for you. You can come in and again, it gives you like a listing website link where you can copy and share it. It'll give you a little bit more features to that property. And then again, it gives you all of this options for creation for your listing and your property. So you have your printed material option where you can make a postcard, a brochure, or a flyer where it pulls in this property's information for you, gives it a really clean look. You can also do a social post where you can share it, via whatever you have connected here. I was talking about Instagram earlier. It does give you an Instagram option. If you hit like start, for example, I can either do a Instagram post or a story preview on Instagram, but when I do it, it just gives me the option to download, like I said, because Insta doesn't offer that automation yet. So just download it and then manually post on Instagram if Instagram is something that you want to do. And then you also have your digital ads. So again, if you want to start an ad with this listing, you can hit start for a web ad. Social isn't available yet, but that's where all of your Facebook stuff comes in anyway. So yeah, that's just more of the controls that you have into a listing. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Oh yeah, and then you have custom videos and more stuff down here. Sorry. Okay. So again, really, really cool stuff, guys, underneath your listings and how you can, market those. The next thing I want to go do, I'm going to come back to like showing you guys how to make a postcard. But before I do that, I want to cover just like the mailing list and how to access that. So you can see once you kind of set a mailing list or a demographic for a mailing list, you can, when you make a postcard, select the mailing list that you've created, and it will automatically make and send those and mail those postcards or whatever for you if you want to do that through this platform and pay the cost of mailing. But I love that feature because it takes a lot of it off the agent's hands. But like I said, I want to cover how to do the mailing list first and more of the options that Megaphone gives you for print material. Again, this was under the browse print and digital templates. And again, it'll take you to another login screen. Kind of takes a minute to get logged in. So as you can see, when you come in here, there's just like 1,000 to 1,000,000 other options for ad creation or flyer creation. Any kind of print tools that you want to make with your information, your properties information, can all be found in here. So again, your listings, if you hit your listings, your listings should feed over just like it does on your dashboard. If it doesn't, get a hold of Tech Assist. Make sure your MLS ID is imported under your profile, or it might just be because you're still waiting in that 4-hour initial setup mode. But they should automatically, be featured over here. You also have content. So again, under content, you can make postcards, brochures, door hangers, social posts, pretty much anything that you can think of. Image gallery. So again, you can pull from your active listings if you're looking for certain images, or you can add photos that are specific to, maybe you've created something in Canva, like Claire and I were talking about, and you want to upload it, whatever, you have those options up here. You have leads and contacts. So again, this is where you can manage your contacts. Chelsea, you can come into my contacts, and then I believe it gives you the option to add them, add list, contact search, copy selected mailing list. And then I think somewhere in here, it'll give you the option to add them, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, edit. There you go. To view, add, edit, or print information in the list, hit edit. So I'll have an edit. Maybe doesn't have a list yet, but anyway. And yeah, so and then in the get data option, you have your search results, which is where I'm going to go next for how you pull mailing lists. You can do a radius, street search, absentee owner search, or a Polygon search, which is my favorite, which is what I'm going to show you. You can add a list, so uploading my list, key in my list, so if you want to manually enter it, and then Insight dashboard for any leads that might come through. It also gives you some pricing options. I'll get to that in a second because it does it with anything that you want to make. It allows you to check the pricing before you even get in to start editing it. So you can kind of price check yourself with anything that you want to make before you start making it. So anyway, one of my favorite features of Megaphone is this Polygon Search for creating mailing lists. Now, what is really cool about this is, again, it takes you into this really cool map menu, and you can enter an address or a zip code. I did this earlier, and I just used Camdenton as an example, so I just entered Camdenton zip code. Brings me in here. And you can set the limit of people that you want in this particular mailing list. I kind of always bump it to 1,500 just so I don't cut myself off with my search results. You can also choose demographics. So you can pick specific home values, income, if it's an owner or a renter, what kind of dwelling type it is, if it has a phone number or doesn't, which is pretty cool, especially if you're going to use it for prospecting. And then you can get really detailed with this Polygon map. So the example I was playing with earlier is I zoomed in, and let's say I'm an agent and I have a specific farming area. So I'm an agent in Camdenton, and I want to farm this Hollyhock Drive to Mulberry little area here. It's a subdivision that's pretty popular in Camdenton. And I'm the farming agent, or I'm going to try to farm, and I'm going to send a postcard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of move this map around, this polygon, to this specific area that I want this mailing to go to, or postcard or whatever. And when I'm pretty confident that I have it selected the way that I want, then I can just hit search. Now it's going to ask me to import this list up here. I'm going to hit import list. It's going to ask me to name my list. So I'm going to put farming area Hollyhock or whatever, whatever you want to name it. Hit import list. And it's going to pop up and it's going to say no contacts found. But I will tell you that this system is working on the back end. So what I found is if you just keep hitting refresh a couple times, and it doesn't take very long after you've done it a couple times, it'll start loading this in. So I just keep hitting refresh until we get the screen that we're looking for, which is this right here. says farming area hollyhock, which is the list that we made. You can see there's 99 contacts in here. And then you want to come in here to edit. And you can see that it gives you a lot of options. Like you can delete the list, change the list name, you can print, export. And then you can come down here and you can even filter your options if you just want to do address only, for example. And then you can see it pulls the recipient's name, the address. You can select certain ones if you want to like delete just one of them out or multiple of them out. And you can come into each one and even get even more specific on a certain contact that was pulled. You can change their name, their address. You can make it as personal as you want. And you can save that, which is really, really neat. So yeah, so that's how you pull your list, and you can save your list like we did. And now, let's say, for example, now that I pulled this list, I want to go back and make a postcard. Then I can go back and make my postcard, select my list, and it's going to mail directly from a company, this company, to those specific addresses if I want, or I can download it and go take it to a local printer as well. Chelsea, I saw that you had a question. I'm sorry. Let me see what it was. Oh, Anne, I'm sorry. Will it work on condo complexes too? You know, I have not tried a condo complex, Anne, but we can sure test it out if you want while I'm in here. Especially if one of you could give me like an address of a condo complex, we can maybe try it. I think it does. I really, really do. Let's see. How do I go back? Let's go back to leads and let's go to Polygon Search again. Try it. Mace Road. Can I just type in Mace Road? Or do I have to type in Indian Point? Probably Indian Point, huh? There it is. Does that look right on the map, Anne? Like somewhere in here? Yes, okay. Let's zoom in and see. Right here, these Indian Point condominiums. Let's just narrow it down. Be super awesome if it does, though, right? Like, super cool. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. 13 addresses. Let's go. Oh man, that one was fast. Must have been because I had 13. Let's check. 924. These look right, maybe? I'm not sure. What do you think, Anne? There should be more than 13. Okay. So maybe it doesn't pull all of the condo information. But you still could pull that from GIS, though, right? Like we could still do a GIS search. Oh, you think the area was too small, Claire? Could have been. I don't know. I haven't messed with condo complexes, so it might. Anyway, I'm not going to waste everybody's time trying to figure it out, but if you guys play with it and it does actually work, let me know, because that would be really interesting. And you said where were all the addresses Indian Point? They were, but they were like 9. Here, let's look at, how do I go back to my list? Oh, right here. Here's what it was like: 924 Indian Point, 941 Indian Point. So I'm not really sure if those are like houses. There probably are, and not the complex. But anyway, just let me know. Like, play with it, because you can get really specific. If it does pull it, Claire or Anne, let me know, because that would be super helpful. And yeah, you might be right, Anne. They're probably only full timers, so that might be a factor as well. Okay. So getting back to how you can use the mailing list now. So let's just say that I want to come in now and I want to do like a postcard, for example. And it can be any kind of postcard. You can even click on these just to kind of get back to pricing, for example. You can come in and click on the example that you want to maybe consider working with. And again, it has this pricing calculator feature, which is pretty cool, where you can come in and it'll give you the different breakdowns, the size. You can do a first class or standard mailing, and then how many pieces you want to mail, and it'll give you a rundown of what it would cost you to mail through this platform before you even start editing it, which is, I think, really cool. So anyway, I'm just going to use one as an example. Is there only one company? Anne said. I believe so, Anne. I don't know exactly what company they go through. I didn't ever hear that on the videos I was watching. So I believe it only comes through one company, but I'm just not sure who that is. Anyway, you can also add to favorites. We used to have 3 options for printing. They still might have 3 options. I'm not sure what Design Center used, but I would imagine that if it's what Design Center was using, it's probably the same option since it replaced it. Anyway, you can add to favorites too. So if you like find yourself really liking a specific flyer or postcard, you can just have fast access to it. And then you can come in and just start creating as well. Takes a little bit to load. So as you can see, everything on this page is editable. So I can change the agent name, the contact information, just anything that you can think of, the address, the logos, office name. I mean, anything that you have as an option on this postcard, you can come in and change and make it specific however you want it to be. I don't know if I have to do anything really to continue, but we'll try. Please give this a layout name. Okay. Layout name. Oh. Geez, property city. Sorry, guys. It's the first time I've done this one. So again, you're just going to kind of play with it. You can take pictures. We're doing a just sold. So let's just say like Arrowhead Drive sold for Jeff. And you can come in and you can select photos from that MLS that you have on that MLS listing. You can also go to gallery photos if you have any saved on Megaphone, or you can upload your own. So whichever one that you want, you can just select them and then they show up. And you're going to hit continue. Takes a minute to load. And then you can see that it gives you the option to go back if you want. So you can go back and edit text. You can download. You can view anything that you want. You can also crop or replace photos, and it gives you a good example of what it all looks like. If you have a promo code, like you can enter it there for a discount. I'm not really sure where you find those, but maybe you could. And then, yeah, you can just go to like print proof. You can print it, or you can download it, or you can view it. And then I'm not really sure how to continue from here, but we'll find out. Yeah, so you can email it to yourself or download. I'm trying to find where you could select the mailing list and start that process, but I'm not really finding it. It could be like back under home or something. Not really sure. Anyway, when you get to the option where like you're finishing that layout the way that you want, if you follow it down on a specific flyer or mailing, it should prompt you to just from a drop down menu. If you select mailing, just select the mailing list that you want, and then it'll give you your cost, and you just hit submit, and it starts working on printing those and sending them for you, which is pretty cool. Again, guys, I've just learned this too, so I'm not an expert, figuring it out as I go, but it is really awesome. Any questions so far? Okay. The last thing that I just want to say is, again, I'm going to send a follow-up email, which is going to include just the tech support options that you need if you run into any problems with Megaphone. I'm also going to share 2 really good training videos that, again, dive a little bit deeper into, how to find that mailing list, for example, or how to do, other specific things if you want to watch it for any in-depth. My main thing is I would just encourage everybody to get in here and play with it. You're not going to be able to mess it up too much. The only thing that you're going to do is really create some really good content that's going to go out everywhere. So it's pretty awesome. And as long as you guys don't have any more questions, I'm pretty well done. Nathan says Design Center used to make websites for properties. Is that an option anywhere still? Yes, it is, Nathan. It's not under Megaphone. It's actually, if it's not in Hustle, I think it might be right here on URL shortener somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it's on Remax Hustle as an option under there. They moved everything between Hustle and Megaphone now. So I do know that you can still do the websites for properties, and it should be under there. Any other questions? Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, guys. If you think of anything, let me know. We'll just keep rolling with Megaphone as it continues to get better and improve. But right now, I think it's awesome. And I think you guys should definitely all be on it and using it. So let me know if I can help. Take care.